Hello, Leo. Welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie, and this is your March 2023 Tarotscope. In the description box below, you will find all sorts of goodies to explore, including a timestamp if you would like to jump to the start of the reading. But before you do that, I have an intuitive message to share with you. Also, please do remember that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So you guys, I have to share with you, I tried to start your reading so many times. Like I can't even count how many times I've tried to start it. And I'm getting a whole mess of things coming in. I feel like for some of you, there are energies that are polluting yours because that's what it felt like. Every time I tried to start, it was like there was something coming in that prevented me from doing that, or was distracting me or irritating me or whatever it is. So I feel like there are things that have access to your energy, whether it's people, whether it is habits, traumas, woundings, behaviors, thought patterns, whatever it is. There's something that you may be allowing to access your energy or giving your energy to that is throwing you off this month, or could if you let it. Okay, so I got that message. I also got a message that for others of you, or maybe you're experiencing both of these things, you may have come to this understanding or realization that you have been isolated or covered or hidden, however you perceive it, for a reason. Okay, and I think this has been a very difficult realization to come through, being that Leos like, and I don't want to say all Leos, okay, but there is this very social aspect about Leo, right? And I feel like for some it's been very difficult to experience that isolation, but I feel like some of you are coming to this realization like, oh, this has been for a reason. All of this has been for a reason, because there have been other people in my experience who I've allowed to pollute my energy, who have been toxic to me, who have not valued me, right? So I feel like there's been this kind of unfolding, as it were, where you may have been realizing that you've been isolated for a reason, though it's been very difficult to accept. Okay, I also feel like you may be coming to a lot of realizations about your circles, your family, right? Whatever that looks like for you, I'm not sure, but I just feel like this could be happening for you. Okay, let's dive in and see what you've got going on for you this month. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, tell us, please, what is Leo's theme for March 2023? Tell us about Leo's theme for March 2023, please. Okay, I gotta pause because I'm getting this message too. For some of you, there may have been external, circumstances which have been impacting your energy, which I've kind of already touched on, but I feel like, how do I word this? You may have been letting it, okay, for some, I feel like you don't realize that it's impacting your energy the way that it is. But for others, I feel like there's something going on in your experience where you know that there is something that is impacting you. And I'm getting this very like annoyed or irritable or frustrated type of energy. And I feel like you are aware that it's impacting you. Okay, so I feel like there could be something that maybe you haven't explored or haven't tried to kind of combat that or to remedy that. Okay, just throwing it out there. And tell us about Leo's theme. Thank you. Whoops, sorry guys, I totally hit the camera with that one. Tell us about a truth for Leo in March 2023. a truth for Leo this month, please? What is the truth for Leo this month? Okay, thank you. Tell us about a lie, Leo. Yeah, thank you. All right, and tell us about a lesson or a blessing for Leo this March 2023, please. Tell us about a lesson or a blessing for Leo, March 2023, please. Okay, let's get some clarity for you. Tell us more about Leo. Okay, thank you. Tell us more about a truth for Leo this month, please. More about a truth for Leo this month, March 2023. Nice clear message, please. More about a truth for Leo this month. I just got the word picky. I don't know what that's about. That might resonate with somebody. I'm not sure. Okay, thank you. I'm not sure what that's about. Tell us about a lie. Tell us more about a lie, please. More. Thank you. And finally, tell us more about a lesson. Oh, good God. There's one on the floor here. I feel like that's your card. What is going on here? There's like stuff on the table. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know what it is, Leo. I don't know what it is. This is going to be an interesting one, I feel. Okay, let's take a look at your theme for the month. You do have the Phoenix here, Leo. That's glorious. So I do feel like you've been through a rebirth process leading up to 2023. And I think this has come up in your readings previously, going through this transformation or this rebirth experience. And I feel like this is the month, maybe not for everyone, but I do feel like there's a good chunk of you who could potentially be experiencing this Phoenix rising, where it's like all of a sudden, you know, maybe you've been like waiting in the wings, as it were, or, you know, in the background, like I was speaking on earlier, hidden, covered, whatever it is. And I feel like for some of you this month, it's like all of a sudden, bam, there you are. And I feel like people around you are gonna be like, whoa, where did Leo come from? Like, what? Right? I feel like it's really, really interesting to me, because again, it feels like there's kind of this, I'm actually kind of seeing it like, if you've ever seen somebody on stage, right, who they come to the front and they're just like, pow, like, here I am, right? I kind of feel like that, though you may not be doing that. I feel like it's going to kind of seem that way energetically from the outside looking in, because I feel like you've been off the radar, right? Like, I feel like you've been off the radar for, you know, a while. I feel like you've been working on your shit, doing your things, like healing, working on your traumas perhaps, right? Just really kind of putting in work. And I feel like all of a sudden you're going to be there in front of people and they're going to be like, whoa, who is this? Who is this? Like, this is not the Leo I remember, right? Or you're just all of a sudden going to be there in the forefront. You know what I mean? Maybe you've been working kind of silently and then all of a sudden you like blow up, right? Like all of a sudden, maybe you have like a YouTube or an Instagram or something like that. And then all of a sudden it just takes off. Okay. So that's freaking awesome. Like, I love that for you. What else do we have here? Yes, the Leo. Oh my gosh. So this is freaking beautiful. And I just want to say, like, if this is your reading, congratulations. I'm just saying that straight from the get. I just want to congratulate you. I want to pat you on the back, because it feels to me, and I've got this energy come through for you. I don't know if it, sometimes it's been repetitive, right? Like, there have been several readings that I've gotten for you, Leo, where it's been this, you're putting in work, you're doing things, you're making moves, right? And here you are showing up for yourself, Leo, right? Here you are showing up for yourself. Like, I truly feel, Leo, that it's like this is the month where you come out in that strength, in that Leo strength, right? In that leader position, in that very brave and like, here I am, no fucks given, no apologies given. Like, this is me. See me in my glory. Right. And I don't feel like this is coming from an arrogant space. I don't feel like this is coming from a self-centered space, an egotistical space, right? Some may say like, oh, Leo, you're showing off, or you're so vain, or you're so egotistical, you're so showy, you just show off or whatever. And it's like, no, 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 sweets. You don't understand what I have been through. I have killed myself for this, right? Like, they just see you coming out in all your glory. They don't know the blood, sweat, and tears that you've put in behind the scenes to come to this space where you have fully accepted who you are. Right? Like, this is absolutely fantastic. I love this for you. Absolutely love this. So, this is a spiritual element here with the Phoenix, and with these cards, I've been reading the guidebooks for them. So I'm going to go ahead and read this for you, Leo, just to give you an extra little layer of depth, but do keep in mind what I've already shared, okay? So let me just take a peek here and find this for you. Gosh, I love this so much for you. It's so exciting. Where are we? There we are. Woohoo! Are you guys ready? You're ready. You're so ready. All right, here we go. It says here, freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation. Yeah, Leo, you've been working, like I said. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the Phoenix lifts our spirits up and up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign the fire of transformation is upon your wings. So it also says here, goes into a little bit of the Phoenix and the first chakra. And I do want to share, you guys, I do not know these terms, so I'm probably going to mispronounce them. Sorry about it. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. The ancient yogis believed that our heaviest karmas reside in the first chakra. This earthen center, also called the Muladhara, I don't know how to say that, you guys, or our root, the ascent of the Phoenix begins here. And as the entanglement of karmas is slowly burned, it rises from the ash toward the navel center. Again and again, it makes this journey from first to third chakra, purifying our essence, freeing us from the past. Yeah, Leo, this is really what I'm picking up on, right? This tremendous growth that's taken place. And like I said, you just come out, you're just there, right, center stage all of a sudden. And I feel like people are thinking like, oh, Leo, you're just, being like very Leo-ish. And you're like, but wait a minute, you haven't seen what I've had to do to get here. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about, right? So I truly, truly feel like this is a huge turning point for you, Leo, and it's absolutely glorious. What else do you have here? Yeah, most definitely. You have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. I do feel like for you, Leo, I feel like this has been a work in progress, this energetic sovereignty. If you resonate with this, okay, you may resonate with one side or the other, is kind of how I'm picking this up, okay? For some of you, I feel like this is where, how do I begin? Yeah, I feel like you're beginning, right? Like I feel like some of you are just stepping into this phoenix energy so that you can reach this point, okay? While others of you, I feel like you're there. You are fucking there because you've done the things, okay? So for those of you who have done the things, right, you've been working behind the scenes to deal with your stuff. I feel like you've reached this level of energetic sovereignty. Do I feel like it's whole, complete, full? No, I don't. But I feel like it's a lot better than what it may have been in the past, right? Because I feel like I shared at the top of the reading with the intuitive message I gave, I feel like you know, may have realized that you've had to be isolated for a reason because you were absorbing things that weren't yours. Okay. And I feel like part of that is something that some, or rather a lot of people, especially if they're not Leos themselves, miss. The fact that Leo is that incredibly warm, incredibly generous, incredibly loyal, incredibly protective energy, and people take advantage of that, right? And it's interesting to watch because it's like there's so much love from this beautiful heart that you hold, Leo, and people take advantage of it, and then when you realize what's going on, because you're not dumb, you just kind of, I feel, kind of let it go, and you want to see the best in people. But I feel like once you realize what's going on and you step back, that's when they start calling you self-centered. That's when they start calling you, whatever, like selfish and all these sorts of things. And it's like, are you serious right now? Right? So I really do feel like in the past you have absorbed a lot of things that aren't yours because you want to see the best in people, and you've been willing to carry the load for them because you're loyal and because you want to protect them and because you love them, and you're so full of love. You have such a big heart, and you're like, I'm a freaking lion. Like I can carry whatever you put in front of me. And I do feel fear coming up because I feel like for you, Leo, it was a scary thing. Sorry. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I'm getting fear. Like this is like fear being released, right? And I do feel like it's been scary, right? Because you're like, I love these people. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to disappoint people. I don't want to hurt people, right? Like that sort of thing. So I feel like stepping into this space was scary AF for many of you. And I feel like, again, once you step back, like that's when you got to see people's true colors. When you were like, I need to take care of me because you had absorbed far too much of other people's stuff and were neglecting yourself, right? I feel like that's when again, like I said, you started to see people's true colors. You guys, I do apologize that I hit the table with my jacket. I just got super warm all of a sudden, so I apologize for the extra noise. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at a truth for you this month, Leo. So we do have the raccoon here. Yeah, I feel like it's masks off. Like I feel like you've taken the mask off, right? Like I feel like you're like, how do I word this? I feel okay. I feel like the truth of it is that, how do I word this? Not everybody yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm trying to really translate what I'm picking up here, and I feel like part of it is something along the lines of you may have had this mask on, right? You may have been moving through life unaware of your truth, of who you really are. And I feel like people liked you that way, right? Like I feel like people liked you that way. And I feel like the mask coming off, the truth is like they don't like you because I feel like you, it's interesting how this is coming through. I feel like you show them themselves in a sense, right? Like I feel like you reflect it back to them. So for example, if you're working on yourself and you're moving on up, as it were, and people see you doing that, but they like you small, not only can they no longer take advantage of you, but also you're showing them what's possible as far as personal growth is concerned. And I feel like they don't like looking at that because it puts a spotlight on what they're not doing in their own experience, right? It's super interesting. I am going to grab the book for the raccoon. I feel like there's an additional message here or layer that we can add to this that may be helpful for some. So let's see here. So think about this as a truth, right? Remember this. So it says talented. You guys listen. It's going to blow your mind. Again, think about what I said at the beginning of your reading or before we popped in, right? With the intuitive message. Talented, shadowy, in hiding, right? Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I'm ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. So what's really interesting about the raccoon showing up in that way is that Leos tend to be incredibly creative, very charismatic, fun, right? And I feel like there may have been bits of you that you were neglecting, that you pushed to the side because maybe you didn't feel like you were enough. Like maybe you didn't feel like enough. And again, I feel like the truth of it is like there's been this beautiful, strong lion waiting in the midst, waiting for you to recognize who you truly are. Right? And now I feel like you're being given an opportunity to step fully into that, which, gosh, it's so beautiful. So the clarity here is star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission activation. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of like you've been sitting at the stoplight and all of a sudden it's green, right? Like I feel like the truth is you're being given an opportunity to fully step into exactly who you are, right? And here's what's interesting about that is that you have the light body here, and the light body is for what many would refer to as like your true form. Your true form isn't this human body. It's not this fleshly vessel, this meat suit that you're wearing around the planet. No, your true form is a light body. It's an energetic being. Okay. So I feel like it's fascinating AF that you have this raccoon talking about like the mask coming off and then the light body showing up to say, this is your truth. This is your true self. So I feel like it's glorious. It's freaking glorious. I feel like you're stepping fully into who you are. What else do we have? Wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. So with this being in the space of truth, again, I'm getting that energy that I was speaking on at the beginning of the reading or before the reading started, where again, you've been hidden, tucked away, and are starting to come out now. I feel like for some of you, there's this element of, how do I word? You may have been working on something and you're like, why is this not taking off? Maybe you're saying to yourself, I've been putting in all this effort. Is it ever going to pay off? Am I in the wrong space? Is there something more I should be doing? What's going on? Why are things not moving? And I feel that there's an element here of it's because things are coming together. There's work being done behind the scenes that maybe you aren't aware of yet. Just hang tight. Hang tight. One thing at a time, one step at a time. Okay? Hang tight. Things will work out. I feel there's, again, things being activated this month for you, which ultimately, Leo, is likely to propel you forward. What else do we have? Yeah, haha, you got jump in. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So again, things are being woven. You've got to wait for the opportunity. But when it comes, be ready. Be ready. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't back down from it. Step into that fierce Leo energy and dive right in. Wait for the door to open. Okay, wait for the door to open. That is really how I'm feeling this. Be on your P's and Q's. Be in touch with your intuition. If you're somebody who talks to God, talk to God. Be like, God, show me the way. Let me know. Be sure I'm not going to miss this. I know there's a door coming. I know there's a door that you're ready to open. Be sure that I don't miss it. Let me know when I need to move. Okay? So powerful for you. I love it. Love it. Let's take a look at a lie. So there's kind of a few cards here, Leo. You got an octopus. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. I feel like one of the lies is the boundaries. Like, I don't need boundaries. You know, I can handle all the things. I feel like, oh yeah. Some of you before, again, like I was saying early on, had to be separated because you got such a big heart that you are willing to just dump to anyone, because it's almost this element of, I'm this way, and so if I'm this way, then that means everybody else could be this way too. Seeing the best in people. And I feel that was a lie that you told yourself, because facing the fact that there have been people in your experience who have taken advantage of you is painful. It's been hard. It's been hard on your heart. It's made you sad, you know? And I feel like this is something that you had to learn, or have to this month. Okay, if this hasn't already unfolded for you, I feel like this month it will. And it's, I mean, the truth of it is, you can't carry all the things. The truth of it is, people are who they are. The truth of it is, as much as you would love to, I feel like for some, it's, this is how I believe, or this is what being close to someone looks like, is by me being authentic and truthful, which, okay, fair, but if the other party or parties are not on that same wavelength as you, that could backfire. That could be detrimental to you. That could give people this open window, as it were, to climb in and take advantage, because they see how open, how willing you are. Okay, so I feel there's had to be these boundaries created, and I feel like you've had to be able to see your worth, your value, in order to be able to do that. And I do feel like it's probably hard, right? If you haven't experienced this already, if you're finding yourself in the midst of this currently, it's hard. It's very, very hard to do. But don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that people are going to be the way that you are, because it's just not true. It's just not true. There are people who will see your big heart and run in with their muddy boots on like you're a 7-Eleven and just take. Okay? What else do we got here for you? The dragonfly. So, yeah, I feel like part of the lie that's being shown to you this month is one where maybe you had this impression or idea that the people that were in are in your life or were in your life wanted to know you as deeply as you wanted to know them, or cared for you as deeply as you cared for them, or loved you as deeply as you loved them. And it's a lie, because the dragonfly does what? Skims the surface. Doesn't dive deep. It skims the surface. Okay? So I feel like that's part of it. I feel that there's people in your experience who either are or were just skimming that surface while you're over here diving deep like a freaking whale, trying to absorb, interestingly enough, everything that these individuals are. And they just aren't the same as you. They weren't doing that. And I feel like God, universe, source, whatever you refer to it as, I call it God. I feel like God separated you, because God's like, here you are, beautiful, beautiful, big-hearted Leo, diving deep into these individuals, trying to get to know them, trying to support them, trying to, be generous with your time and your energy. And you're putting in all this work to establish this beautiful connection, whether that's with your family, your friends, your partner, whatever it is. And these people are just skimming the surface. Like they don't see you the way that you deserve to be seen. So I feel like God moved you. God's like, this ain't happening. Nope, we're going to move Leo right over here all by their lonesome until they figure out who in the F they are. And once they realize that on their own, once I move them and they realize that, they're not going to allow this to persist. They're not going to allow that to carry on. They're going to sit in that energetic sovereignty and say, nope, sorry, access denied. I see you now. I know better now. We're not doing this. So powerful for you, Leo. Huge, huge. So the clarifiers we have: the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Yeah. Again, like I said, I feel like here you are, like this is what's going on. And you were, again, letting yourself be seen, feeling like I'm being courageous, I'm being loving, I'm being generous, I'm being all of these things. And again, I feel individuals in your experience were not seeing that. And I feel like that's a lie that you told yourself, is like, I am. And because here's the thing, I feel like it's that if we just exchange this courageous word for brave, like, and you could, they're, what is it, interchangeable, brave, courageous, whatever, fearless. I feel like you may have seen it that way. Like, I'm just giving love with my big old heart because, that's who I am. It's part of who I am. And I feel like you may have been how do I word this? Lying to yourself by saying, like, this is just who I am. This is what I'm giving. This is what I should be doing. And I don't think that's the truth. I feel it's, yes, you are multifaceted. Yes, you are unique. Yes, it is brave of you to show these things to people. But I feel the truth of the matter is, like, not everybody deserves to see that. And I do feel like this is something that maybe, let me know if you relate to this in the comments, because I feel like as a Leo, you may have been in this position where almost like that's what's no. People may stereotype you as somebody who is, all about themselves. And I feel that maybe you've been trying to combat that, or that's like a programming that's running on a loop for you. And so there's a need or a feeling to prove that you are not that way, which I feel has done you a disservice. Because again, I don't feel like everybody deserves to see you in that light. Okay. Actually, I'm getting this message, and forgive me because I'm not well versed in scripture, but I'm getting this message of essentially, again, I'm not well versed, so I don't know where it comes from within scripture, but it's like, don't feed pearls to swine, right? They don't know any better. So I would encourage you to not hold on to these things. Like, don't hold on to anger. Don't, try to, I don't know, seek revenge or be vindictive or anything like that. They don't know what they don't know. Swine are not going to see the value of a pearl. And I feel like this is how things have been unfolding for you, Leo. We have here a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. I feel like there was a part of you that was like, if I just keep dumping love into this, then things will get better. And it's just not true. It's just not true. Okay. It's just not true. You can't change people. They have to be willing to change themselves. And I feel like there's part of you that's like, if I just love them more, if I just give more, if I'm just more generous with myself, if I just am more warm, if I just do this, if I just do that, then they will see me. And the truth of the matter is, no, they won't. Or they wouldn't have. Also have here the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Again, I feel like, especially if you're somebody who is or has a well-established connection with God or Jesus, I feel like, again, whatever you call it, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter to me. I feel like you may have been in this position where it's like, well, Jesus was good to people. Jesus loved everyone. Jesus was giving, and God wants us to love our neighbor and all these things, which, yes, that's true, but not to your detriment, not to you sacrificing your own glory. You have a purpose here. And I don't feel that purpose is for you to be a rug or a carpet for somebody to wipe their muddy boots on all the time. I feel like that could have been a lie you were telling yourself. I also feel that devotion, or again, potency. If I just love them more, if I just give more of myself, they will see me. And again, I want to lovingly say, unless they want to, it's not going to happen. Nor would it have. They have to be willing to see it on their own. They have to be willing to see you on their own. They have to be willing to open their eyes. Okay? And some people just aren't or won't. Again, let me just encourage you again to take this as it resonates with you. If it's not your story, don't make it your story. You'll do yourself greater harm by picking up stuff that's not yours. So please be very discerning. Use your intuition. Leave it if it's not for you, please. The lesson or blessing for you, Leo, is the dolphin. OMG, this is absolutely beautiful. I am going to read the book on this one, but I feel like the blessing for you, Leo, is your own healing. The work that you've done to heal yourself is a huge blessing and lesson all woven in together. I feel like if you allow yourself, okay, so let's say you haven't went through all of this already. Let's say you're fresh off the boat, as it were, and you're just diving into this. I feel like the lesson, and blessing that follows this month is that of seeing your own healing taking place, seeing that you are a self-healer, that you have been able to do this on your own. Okay. Yeah, I feel, let's see here. Let's look in the book, and I'm going to read this to you. And I would like you to keep in mind that this is in regards to a lesson or blessing for you this month. Where is it? There it is. Oh, you guys are going to love this. Okay, So it says here, innately intelligent, healer, light, blessings. Hey! The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. Yes, Leo. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. When in balance, active healer, strong spiritual practice. When out of balance, underestimates own power. You guys are not going to believe this. To bring into balance, like-minded spirits, right? So connecting with like-minded spirits. Now, I want to say to you, Leo, I'm going to read this again, okay? These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life, right? They underestimate the impact they make in the world, that they make in the world. I feel that that's been you, Leo. In the space that you have been in or were in, depending on how you resonate with this, I feel like that's where you were. I feel like you didn't even see your impact. I feel like the people in your experience most certainly couldn't. And I do feel that you likely left your mark, because I have no doubt that when or if you step back, it will be felt. Your absence will be felt. Leo, you're the fucking sun. There's no way that you can step back from someone and they cannot feel the effects of that. To some degree. Now, will they admit that? Probably not. But that doesn't mean that it's not happening. Again, you're the fucking sun. Okay? So shine in all your glory, Leo. Do it. Do it. Whew, let's look at your clarifier. You have we the Hathors, deep milk, or excuse me, gosh. Deep milk. That's not what that says. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So, first of all, I want to point out the fact that you start the reading out with a phoenix, which is being reborn, this rebirth taking place, and you end it with a birth. So I feel like it is your month, Leo, if you want it to be. If you want it to be. Or if you've already put in all this work, I feel like again, you just, all of a sudden, things just kind of happen, and there you are in the forefront, center stage, lights on, in glitter and everything, just sparkling like the sunshine that you are. Okay? And I feel there's a message here for you about this. Again, remember that dolphin energy is, how do I word, people who experience it cannot not be affected by it. And you have this deep love here. Again, like I was saying, I feel like there's something here. You could be receiving this blessing in the sense of seeing how powerful or valuable the deep love that you have to offer is. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, how nourishing, how life-giving that deep love that you carry is. Okay? Because I was like, wait a minute, what about this milk? Like, what is this, right? And then I was reminded of the sun, and how the sun is that life force. And that's how it was shown to me, is like that mother's milk is a reference to how nourishing the deep love that you carry is, how nourishing the light that you carry is. So, Leo, I want to lovingly say, and I think I've probably said this to you in other readings, if there are people in your experience who are always complaining about how hot it is or how bright it is or whatever, tell them to go find another sun. Because there will be people who come into your experience that will appreciate the sun, that will bask in everything that you are and appreciate everything that you are and love you deeply for everything that you are because they value you. They can tell that you are a pearl. Okay? Get rid of the swine and go where people see you and are willing to appreciate and acknowledge you because you are absolutely beautiful. Leo, this has been amazing. I pray that this is helpful for you in some way, shape, or form as you move through your month. If it is, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting below. I love it all, and it really does help the channel to grow. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for your company. I truly do appreciate your attention, your time, your energy. I'm so very thankful for you. Have an incredibly powerful month, you Phoenix. Go out and be the glorious being that you are. Take care of your beautiful soul. Peace be with you, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.